Let me thank you first for selecting this topic of Atmanirbhar Bharat as the theme for today's convention, today's meeting. And let me also congratulate you on your first ever virtual exhibition. Our sector is a vulnerable sector. It is very vulnerable to cyber attacks. We have connected the whole country into one grid, and one grid means that you bring down one part of it and the rest of it will collapse. That's the nature of electricity. You have one major station going out and you have one whole zone going dark. So cyber attack is a real danger, real and present danger for us. And therefore, we need to check all imports. The reasons are very sound and very clear. And we will check it. But that checking will take time because we have to detect, check it to see whether there is any Trojan implanted there, whether there is malware implanted there. So my advice to you is let's stop importing from countries from which we apprehend a risk. We will examine that equipment with a magnifying glass for a year, 2 years, 3 years. So the best thing is don't import, make it here. But what we have done in our ministries, as I said, this is a partnership. You and me, we are going to work because the whole world works like that. The world which is aware, the world which knows what is what and what the reality is, works like that. So we will work in a partnership. So what we are going to do is I have set up a task force and given them the target of setting up manufacturing zones. I am thinking of setting up at least 3 or 4 manufacturing zones where you will get land at the very reasonable prices, power at very reasonable prices. We'll set up a common testing center and common facilities there, so that you can go and set up manufacturing in those zones. But the good news is that the power demand has started growing up. It had gone down by about 24%. And yesterday I looked, it was 7,000 megawatts more than the corresponding day last year. So we are back on our growth path. Our economy is back on our growth path. We are an indicator. The power system is an indicator of the growth of the economy. And that indicator shows that now our economy is coming back after the lockdown. It will come back, it will surge. It has to go up. The demand will go up. And with the demand for power will go up. And the demand for your equipment will go up. But the demand for the electrical components and equipment will continue. You must be in a position to go out and set up capacity, make it. Try your hand at reverse engineering. Make things here. People will not be able to come and compete with you. You must go out and you are entrepreneurs. Be entrepreneurial. 100 बातों की एक बात तो यह है कि मैंने तो कंपटीशन खत्म कर दिया है, तो मैंने दीवार बना दिया, and you are the sentinels of that wall. Please remember that. On the front, I have soldiers. Here in the commercial battle, you are our soldiers. So if any import is happening in violation of the orders which we have issued, please let me know. Only then will I be able to make sure that the wall is not breached.
All equipment, components and parts imported for use in the power supply system and networks will be tested in the country to check for any kind of embedded malware, Trojan, cyber threats, etc. and for adherence to Indian standards. This is once again another path-breaking initiative, sir, you have taken. All such testing shall be done in certified laboratories designated by the Ministry of Power. In fact, on this point, sir, we are working with you and your secretaries to come out with a clear procedure, process and list of the laboratories where these tests would be conducted. I am happy to inform you that Ministry of Power and other arms of the government are actively pursuing this subject along with IEEMA. Very detailed exercise supporting Make in India and preparation of an approved list of model and manufacturers, that is ALMN, is being prepared to help and assist in achieving the national objective.